Hello, everybody, and good evening. And my name's Don Arleth, and welcome to World Talks here on TVP World. The first round of Romanian presidential elections are behind us, and a surprising result shows Călin Georgescu, a pro-Russian independent candidate, coming out of nowhere and taking the lead. The runoff will happen on December 8th, where Georgescu will face off against center-right candidate Elena Lasconi from the Save Romania Union. Now joining me to discuss is Adrian Zuckerman, former U.S. ambassador to Romania. And hello, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador, for joining us today on World Talks.
My pleasure. It's great to be with you tonight.
Now, this surprise win by this pro-Russian candidate who's independent and largely unknown, Mr. Georgescu, what are your thoughts on this?
Georgescu was a good try. I commend you on that. Georgescu's been around. Mr. Georgescu's been around for a while. He's been known for about 10 years, maybe longer. He has made some statements in the past that are anti-EU, some are anti-Semitic, some are anti-NATO. It is not clear to me. It is not clear to most Romanians, based on my discussions earlier today and what I've heard in the media, of what his real thoughts are on what should be done, not done, and how he views the future of Romania. What is clear is that he had a tremendous campaign that consisted mostly on social media and mostly on TikTok, that created a huge amount of views of targeted statements, which people are asking how he managed to do that, who was behind him, who helped him organize. Was it Russian influence? Was it Chinese influence? Was it other things? I don't think there are any answers to those questions tonight. I think things will clarify over the next few days.
Oh, okay, so we'll have to take a little bit of time and wait and see with that. Now, Alina Lasconi from the Save Romania Union has come in second, and she will face off against Georgescu in the runoff coming up on December 8th. She describes herself as center-right, I believe, and heads various factions of parties within the government. What are her main policies, and will she be a better alternative to Georgescu?
That remains to be seen, how she's perceived by the Romanian public. I think she is correct when she says that she is center-right. I think she is that. The question is how the Romanian people perceive her experience or lack of experience in the foreign relations area. She's the mayor of a small town in Romania, and without foreign relation experience. So how that's perceived, what she really wants to do, how she wants to deal with various issues remains to be seen. But she has professed her pro-EU, pro-NATO, pro-US, and pro-Western affinity, so that her position on that is clear. But beyond professing that, what does that really mean remains to be seen.
So it seems two polar opposites. Meanwhile, we have parliamentary elections coming up this Sunday on December 1st, the general elections. Social Democratic Party in the general elections. Oh yeah, excuse me. But the Mr. Ciolacu, he flopped in these presidential elections. And so I guess the question remains to be seen is what are the expectations for his party moving forward here coming up on Sunday?
Well, when we speak about Mr. Ciolacu, he was the president of the PSD, which I think is the largest party in Romania. It's the Social Democrats, the current day incarnation of the former Communist Party. And the second largest party is the center-right party, the Liberal Party, called the PNL. And the president of that party, Nicolae Ciucă, resigned today as well. So you have two parties with no presidents looking to re-energize themselves for parliamentary elections coming up in, I guess, 5.5 days, 6 days on Sunday. And it'll be interesting because Georgescu, who won the presidential race yesterday, really does not have a party, or he's got a party called the Party of the Youth or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I really don't know very much about it, and not too many people know very much about it. So their chances of getting parliamentary seats is fairly limited, I'm guessing. So how Romanians will vote on Sunday for parliament remains to be seen, because the three parties vying for seats are going to be the PSD, the PNL, and Mrs. Lasconi's party, the USR. Those are going to be the three big parties. There's some others as well. But those are going to be the three big ones vying for the lion's share of the seats in the parliament. There's also the minority Hungarian party, which usually takes a few seats. But we'll see what happens. It'll be very interesting. I think everybody in Romania, or most people, are very shocked about the results on Sunday.
Do you think that Romania is at somewhat of a crossroads and it can go two very different directions, one pro-EU, pro-NATO, pro-West, and the other pro-Moscow, potentially anti-Ukraine?
That's a very good question, and it remains to be seen. I think the problem is that Romania, like a lot of other European countries, like Slovakia, like Poland in some respects, but not quite as much. Poland has been touched a little bit, but Hungary, Slovakia, some of the other Eastern European countries, they all have had problems with the EU. Romania more so than others. Romania and Bulgaria are not still full members of Schengen. They've got for air passengers, they've got Schengen, but they don't have it for rail and truck transport, which has caused substantial economic problems. They've been frustrated with the war on their border. They don't know what to do. They've got other economic problems, and Romania still has a lot of leftovers from its communist days. They still have 1,400 state-owned companies. Virtually all but a few lose money and are sustained by the state, which obviously taxpayers subsidize. They've been subjected to a tremendous immigration over the last 15 years or so. I'm guessing 6-7 million people left Romania. It was a country of 23 million people. Now there are approximately 16 or 17 million people in Romania. Taxes are rising, inflation are rising. There's no real economic plan to address these issues. and Romanians are frustrated. And I think in large part, other than the communication issue, that frustration explains the results from Sunday's election.
Okay, well, Adrian Zuckerman, former U.S. Ambassador to Romania, thank you very much for your insight and joining us today on World Talks.
Thank you.
And that concludes this edition of World Talks. Thanks for joining us, and stay with us for more here on TVP World.